Nerazzurri fans from all over the world, welcome to the Interglobe for the pre-match of Como Inter, the last match day of Serie A 2024-2025. I'm quoting a famous headline from the past that Nike actually did for the Olympic Games, and the complete headline was, "You don't win silver, you lose the gold." So, in a nutshell, this is the reality of things. In a world that is result-oriented, the resultism kind of world that we live in today, just performing well for the whole season and struggling until the end to win doesn't make it. It's simply not enough. I believe in results as well. I think that in the end, that's what matters. And so honestly, if I have to think about a possible season in which we lost Coppa Italia in the semi-final with Milan, we lose Serie A with Napoli because, it's already gone, and we lose the final of the Champions League, that would be a negative season for me, no matter what. I think this is important because that's how I also lead my life. In the end, even in my job, if I don't get the results that I aim for, no matter what, I'm not happy. I shouldn't be happy. Having said that, I think that concentrating now on Serie A, the frustration is pretty high because we are losing this Serie A to a team that's pretty mediocre. Doesn't play very well. Yes, they defend well, but that's pretty much it. If you look at the players individually, our squad is much stronger than theirs. And so, definitely our coach is stronger than their coach. So all in all, this really doesn't feel like a very good moment for an Inter fan because of all of this. But I think that what most YouTubers and even the club are doing is blaming it on the refs. The radio silence that Inter went into after the match, which honestly I find absurd because you should have done something earlier rather than now, because it's useless, tend to put the burden of Inter's defeat on the refs. And I did go back and look at what happened during the year that we can say is the referee's fault. Let's look into it very quickly. We have Inter-Napoli. There was a handball from Oliveira while he was contrasting Lautaro, and the penalty was not given. We ended up tying that game 1-1. And we basically lost 2 points. Inter-Bologna 2-2, there was a foul by Skorupski on Thuram, and the foul was given to Bologna, not the penalty, as it should have been. The game ended 2-2, and so again we lost 2 more points. Napoli-Inter 1-1, Dumfries was basically demolished by McTominay in the box, but no penalty. 1-1, another 2 points. Milan-Inter 1-1, horrible fall from Pavlovic, penalty, clear penalty from Pavlovic on Thuram, and that's 2 points because it was 1-1. Bologna-Inter 1-0, 1 point here because of that last minute change of position to put the ball back in from the Bologna's players. And Inter-Roma, the penalty on Bissek was so clear, so that's also 0-1, and that's a penalty on Bissek that wasn't given. So let's say that with that penalty we would have tied, so it's another point. So all in all, 10 points that the referees took away from us. But let's also have a look at what mistakes we have made. So first of all, in Inter-Napoli 1-1, we missed the penalty, so that's our problem. And that's, again, since it was a 1-1, it's 2 points that we didn't manage to get. First game of the season, Genoa-Inter, the handball from Bissek, that's also 2 points that we lost because of our deficiencies. Inter Juve 4-4, we lost 2 points, we were winning for 2, 30 minutes to go. I mean, that was really probably the most absurd blame and guilt for us. Then we have Parma-Inter. You are 2-0 up at the end of the first half. You simply cannot let them come back, and that's another 2 points. Monza-Inter 1-1, and we tied it at the 90th minute, but with Monza it's your fault if you don't win, so that's another 2 points. Juventus-Inter 1-0, and we played that game horribly because we were in a very good period for us. The first half we basically played around with them, joked with them like the cat and the mouse, and then in the second half, ba-bam, we lost it. So that's at least 1 point that we should have brought home. And finally, Inter-Lazio 2-2. We lost 2 points because we didn't play in the second half, basically, and we were not even capable of maintaining our advantage once we got it again, thankfully, with Dumfries. So there's definitely 2 points that we lost, and that was a penalty. Bissek was a penalty, so I don't count that. So we are talking about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, and 12, 13 points. So if the refs took 10 points away from us, we took 13 points away from ourselves. I'm saying this because, referee will always be a factor, will always influence the game, but we have no power over them, no matter what. As a matter of fact, I truly hope that in the near future, the referees will be completely and totally automized, because there's no sport in which referees play a more pivotal role than in soccer, and I think that that's really totally unfair. So I think that instead of looking at the refs and blaming them, which is usually something that people with a poor mentality do, we should look at what we did wrong. And honestly, in Serie A this year, as we have seen, there were multiple occasions in which we didn't perform up to our standards. As simple as that. So we have to get better at that. Where is the eye of the tiger? I haven't seen it in our faces so much this year. We have to regain that. How many times have other teams come back once we scored? Too many. How many goals we suffered in the last 15 minutes? Too many. Going now to Como Inter, I would treat this as a rehearsal for the final of the Champions League, since the hopes for the Serie A are completely gone. So I would play with the starting lineup the best we can. I know that probably Pavard will still be out for this match, and Lautaro can play maybe part of the game, but certainly not start. So I would see a starting lineup with Sommer, Bissek, Acerbi and Bastoni, Dumfries, Barella, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan, Di Marco, Taremi and Thuram, with Lauti coming in the second half, as well as probably Carlos Augusto, De Vrij as well, Zalewski, and one between Zielinski, Frattesi and Darmian. Let's see. But anyway, this is the kind of starting lineup that I see. As I say, let's treat it as a rehearsal, let's experiment, because now all the focus should be on the only goal left in our season, which happens also to be the most important goal that any team can achieve. So let's keep our positive attitude, let's rehearse properly, and let's go to Munich and get this cup home. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please punch the like button and subscribe. That would be very important for me. And if you want to make me completely happy, also leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, forza, magica, Inter. Ciao.